Welcome. Jay Smith here. Welcome to the AskGolfNut channel. So, welcome to the results video for the From Stats to Strokes, the series which I'm running so you guys can get a better understanding of strokes gained, strategy, decision making, analytics, all the boring kind of stuff that people don't really like talking about. But it's imperative that you get a good handle and understanding what is the percentage shot for your handicap, because they do differ in different situations. So I've put this From Stats to Strokes show together so we can pick on certain parts, and we're doing this in a bit of a fun way because I've collaborated with Sub 70 and 11 Golf, and they have very kindly agreed to donate the winner of the competition. We're doing a giveaway for the season one or round one of From Stats to Strokes for a free set of custom fit irons of your choice from either Sub 70 or 11 Golf. So all you got to do is basically tune in. We're doing hole 18, so this is hole 3 as such, so I'm going to be posing the question for hole 4, and there's going to be 5 points available on each individual one, and in case everyone puts their answers down, we do an answer video, we see how people are doing, and then at the end of hole 18 there'll be 90 points or so available. There's still 75 points still to go. But so the question was this. Let's get this one up here straight away. I was doing a live stream rather than a normal video, but here we go. So question was, for a 10 index golfer, how close in yards from the rough, so a 10 handicap golfer in the rough, does the 10 handicap need to be to score the same in strokes as if they were putting on the green from 60 feet? 60 feet is a big putt. And the second one was part 2. How close in yards from the fairway? So obviously the first one was rough, this one's from the fairway. So generally speaking, you'd say fairway would normally be short of the green, but can be in other instances, but generally speaking it's short, which is normally the fairway part. But does a 10 handicapper, same handicapper, need to be to score the same as if they were putting from 60 feet? In yards. So we're going to go get to like part 1, part 2. And so I posed this question, and for people to put their answer towards and see if they'd, well, how they get on, what their understanding is. 60 feet is a very big putt. Obviously for a 10 handicap golfer, that's still well within 3-putt territory. So it was interesting to see how people's brains were working on understanding within reason how a 10 handicap golfer, average 10 handicap golfer, remember we've got all on these, there's always going to be people which comment and say, well, I'm a 10 handicap golfer and my putting's really, really good, or I'm a 10 handicap golfer and this is really, really good. Brilliant. However, this is an average. This is from ARCOS and ShotScope data. I mean, ARCOS itself has got like 800 or so million shots. Niels says, I'll get rid of the question here. I'll put the answer up in a second. There we go. What I will do is I pop over to here, just make it a little bit bigger so everyone can see. There we go. Niels Axelson says, a very kind donation for from 11 Golf and Sub 70. Absolutely is. Of course, they're getting a little bit of notification from, or advertising, or kind of just shout outs, I guess, from doing these videos, but nothing massive. So I'm quite surprised just how generous they are. So that's handy. I'm just going to move that box because the box of brand new 8333s coming out soon. It's getting in the way. So we've had some answers to the question, and we have had a range of answers to the question. So I'm not going to pick on anyone in particular. I'm not going to single anyone out. We have had, okay, I will pick on one person. So Kyle, Abstract AV, member of the channel, put a wacko answer. However, I was notified after the answer that he gave, or the comment that he gave with the answers, that he had 2 bottles of wine on holiday before answering. So we're kind of, yeah, we won't worry about that one, but thanks, Carl, for getting involved even on holiday. So, but we had the lowest answer and the highest answer. So for part 1, where you've got a chip from the rough as opposed to a 60-foot putt. So how many yards away do you have to be in the rough to be equal the same as if in shots that you would be from putting from 60 feet? And it ranged from the lowest was 2 yards. So you only had to be 2 yards away in the rough. Now, okay, 2 yards away doesn't give you a lot of green to work with and stuff, but there you go. Remember, there is there's no understanding of how much green you have to work with on this number. It's an average, and obviously sometimes whatever the number is, so I can tell you the numbers if you want. The actual answer for part 1 was, there we go, 6 yards from the rough. And so that's 6 yards. That is a mixture of the pins really cut very, very close to the edge, and you've got majority of the rough to carry. Other times that's literally on the collar, and you've got maybe only that far to carry over the rough before you get onto the fringe and onto the green. So let's say an average would be 3 yards a piece, possibly less than that, but effectively that's what it is. 6 yards from the rough, and it ranged from 2 yards to 35. So the worrying thing about the amount of guesses that were quite high is that there are a lot of people out there which think a 10 handicap golfer, and obviously a 10 handicap golfer is a good golfer, but they are very, very good from the rough, from 35 yards away. So a 60-foot putt is 20 yards. And so they feel that from the rough, a 10 handicapper is better at chipping than they are at putting on the green. So the whole idea of doing these episodes is to open people's eyes to understand what is actually good, what is a good shot, what is expected, and where people really need to work on their game, or at least on their understanding of the game. If you now know that a 10 handicapper has got to be 6 yards away from the pin, missing the green, to be equal to a putt of 60 feet, then it's aim for the fattest part of the green regardless of where that pin is, because yeah. So then part 2. So the part 2 one was the fairway one. So swap the exact same situation, but now you're in the fairway. Rather than the rough, you're in the fairway. How far away do you have to be in the fairway, miss the green, but on the fairway, to get up and down as such in the same amount of strokes that you would do from 60 feet putting? And this is the answer to that. 12 yards from the fairway. So 6 yards from now, 12 yards from there, quite easy to remember because it's double. But 12 yards from the fairway. And I had answers ranging from 5 to 150. Now, even if we take out Kyle's interesting ones, I think the next one was like 120 or whatever. It was numerous in the 120s, 105, 150, 130. There was numerous answers, comments for part B that thought that a 10 handicapper would be the same up and down as such, however many strokes, and obviously say even a 10 handicapper, whatever the average strokes is, 2.5, 2.6, whatever the average strokes is from 60 feet away putting. They thought that they were going to be as good 150 yards away in the fairway, and the answer is 12. So the thing that people really need to come away from this is that you really need to be as close as you possibly can. Make sure you go for the fattest part of the fairway you absolutely can. Absolutely. Just go for everything, every target. Fairway, fattest part. Green, fattest part. Make sure you take enough club. There is just every single thing hits the middle of the green. Unless you know your pattern. If your pattern's moving, say, left to right, then aim a little bit left, but aim effectively for your target, your pattern being the fattest part of the green. That in itself is quite miraculous that people have thought that that was the case. And so, yeah, people really need to realign what they personally need to work on to make their score better, because it is worrying a little bit the fact that we are talking 150 yards. but 6 and 12, that is it. And that's a 10 handicapper. If you look at going 15 handicapper, 20 handicapper, 25 handicapper, those numbers just get exponential. And so if you look from a 15 handicapper's point of view, 20% of their putts, so basically 1 in 5 putts, chips, when they miss the green or in the rough around the green, 20%, 1 in 5 of their chips don't actually make the putting surface. They are double chipping 20% of the time. 1 in 5, that is mental. That's criminal from a point of view of scorecard. The, what's the cardinal sin of chipping? Chipping twice. But yeah, so there you go. So very quickly, before we get to, well, we'll just do the leaderboard now, shall we? Let's just do the leaderboard now. Let's see if I can move that a little bit, because that's, we'll be all right. Now we'll be fine. I'll pop that up now. There we go. So that is everybody so far and everybody's scores. And the good thing with what you're seeing there, as in even the people which are on the lower part of the leaderboard. Now, the people on the lower part of the leaderboard are there for one of two reasons. One, obviously, their answers haven't been anywhere near the actual answer, or they've only actually involved themselves in 1 or 2, or as in of the holes. I mean, on hole 3 at the moment, we've still got hole 4's coming very, very, very soon. And you can see that Ice Trey's got 15 points, shortly followed by a bunch on 13, a bunch on 12, bunch on 11, bunch on 10, a load, yeah, so many people. And with 75 points still to go, we have got everything to play for. So even anyone right at the bottom, yeah, it's only a few very good answers away from shooting up the leaderboard. So no one is safe in the slightest, not even close. Right, so that's a very, very quick one for the answer. The reason why I've done it on a live stream, because it's much easier for me to edit, as in I don't have to edit. I'm doing all the production as we speak live, and then YouTube does all the back work for me. And the chances are I will be doing the question for hole 4 very, very soon. If I can get away with it, I might do it tomorrow afternoon. I've got a video coming out tomorrow afternoon centered around the average to slow swing speed golfer and a good checklist for them to try and make sure they maximize their distance, maximize their approach play, maximize all the parts of their game to try and score the best as possible. But that's going to be centered around the average to slow swing speed golfer, as most amateur golfers are. Of course, you do get your high handicap golfers which swing like 1 billion miles an hour, but they are few and far between. Just got a quick message from A. Hello, A. There's a book entitled The 4 Foundations of Golf that will help you with your game. Move the hearts out of the way, but yes. There are many good books out there. Unfortunately, there are many books also with information which is very much so outdated, and also used to concentrate on many things that have either proven to be incorrect or proven to be problematic when it comes to tuition. What you'll find as time has gone on, especially within even my own coaching over the years, my coaching has evolved as time has gone on to become much more in line with modern current thoughts and feelings about using the golfer's own individuality within their swing and working with that, rather than trying to train every single person to be like a book, because we're not built all like books. And so, yeah, there's some really good information. And from, if I remember, the 4 Foundations of Golf, there's some bits and pieces in there is actually quite good. So I can't remember reading the whole entirety of it, so I can't say that it is amazingly good or not. I'll be doing it a disjustice or disservice if I said otherwise. So, right, we're going to be popping off now, just a very, very quick live stream so people can watch it live should they be free, and then also catch it afterwards. So for the questions coming up, you have to make sure that you like the videos and subscribe to the channel. You must be a subscriber of the channel if you want to be in with a shout of, I tell you what, I'll pop these on the screen whilst I do the blurb. there you go. They're some of the examples of what sub 70 and 11 Golf make. And they make obviously a variety. You've got 11 Golf with the hybrids, so super game improvement hybrid irons, which are just ridiculously easy to use. There they are. All the way to sub 70s on like the Tommy Armour thirds, where I mean, even you see these things, they're not exactly, look at those, lovely. Yeah. They do an array. Sub 70 do an array from super game improvement, which is their 699 or 799, I think it is, all the way through to player's iron. There's one of them, that's the pro side of things. That's the normal ones, normal game improvement iron. And then there might be the 799s, there you go, the super game improvement, massive things. But anyway, there's the selection, and they're very kindly donated a custom set of irons for the winner. So you've got to make sure that you like and subscribe to this channel, and obviously like all the videos, but you have to also follow Sub 70 and 11 Golf on their Instagram and also Facebook as well. So very quickly, I've got legend underneath, coaching philosophies and methodology, definitely. Oh, hang on a minute, I've got, that's a lot easier for me. I can actually see it in bigger now. Coaching philosophies and methodology definitely changed and seem to recycle a bit as well. Yeah. I mean, no different to, you could say, club designs and stuff over the passage of time. There's only a certain amount of things that manufacturers can do. And so, I mean, you could argue even with Mizuno and Ping and other brands as well, they have recycled certain ideas and brought designs back from the past, but then married them with new technology, new materials, faster faces, a lower, further back center of gravities, more forgiving effectively. And it gives a previously old design a new lease of life. And that's not saying they do that all the time. It's just a case of that's what happens on the odd occasion here and there. Right. So, guys, like this video, subscribe, also get that bell on. Down there's a notification bell. It's a little kind of bell, ding-a-ling. Go on, click it on. That's a notification bell, and that will let you know next time I upload another video. Thank you very much for watching, if you're live or watching it afterwards. Keep an eye out on the channel, keep an eye on the video lesson, keep an eye on your notifications for the question. It's coming very, very soon. Shall I give you a sneak peek of what we're going to be talking about? Shall I? Yes, I think I shall. It's about a 15 handicapper and a 20 handicapper, and distances from the fairway, and also greens hit. We'll talk about more when it comes to the question video. So thanks for watching. Hope everyone is good. I hope everyone is well, and we'll catch everyone in the next one.